Hi, I'm Scott,
And I'm Luke.
and we're Android guys,
Give us 5 to 10 minutes of your day
and we'll tell you about a product or service.
or an app that you might be interested in.
Luke, you and I have seen some different phone cases come through here recently.
Yeah.
One from a brand or some from a brand that we've seen in the past that they're always a very unique experience.
I like these cases.
So cases are a way for people to like really show off their personality.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of today's phones are really sharp looking.
Yep.
You want to show them off, especially if you picked out a particular color.
Uh-huh.
But then at the same time, you need to protect it.
Yes.
You can't just walk around with this flashy metallic aluminum thing,
Right.
glass, because you're gonna drop it.
Yep.
So you're gonna need to get a case.
Yep.
And a lot of times, cases can be pretty boring. It could be just black or
Yeah, it's like I got this cool case or I got this cool phone and I'm just going to put a black case on it.
yeah. I mean, that's not to say that
Is that your style? Whatever. That's fine.
right. But if you really want to show yourself off or you want to draw attention to your phone,
Right.
you want to have, if you're a person who cares about fashion or wants to be just an individual,
Yeah.
these cases from
Is
carved.
the ultimate of the ultimate one of one cases.
Yes. These, and the things that I've seen from them make me want to just go, that's awesome. Let me see another one.
Right.
Send me something else. Let me
Right.
check these out. Because they're so diverse.
Yes.
There's so many like options. And I think exploring their factory would be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
see how
I would
these
love to
things are-
see how these stuff is made.
So we're talking about carved cases, and we've seen we had some of their wood phone cases, and then we also had a higher end case that we'll talk about too. And then we've also seen or have checked out they do wireless chargers now,
Yeah.
and they all maintain this same the hallmarks of the carved stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And these are cases that when you see one, you know right away what you're looking at one.
Yeah.
Once you know it. So they're a mix of, what are they? Wood, resin?
Yeah, it's wood, like a wood burl and resin mixed together. And there's all different colors, all different species of wood.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome what they do. I mean, like a phone case is, a phone case, but these are just unique. And from what we've seen, the quality is just top notch too.
Yeah. I really like these things. And I, for myself, I'm kind of snobby when it comes to phone cases.
Sure.
I feel like I know what I like
Uh-huh.
when I find it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't describe it to you until I have it, and because it changes with every phone I own.
Sure.
Sometimes a phone is, I like a smaller one because it's more pocketable, easy to hold with one hand.
Yep.
But then if I go with something that's like, hey, this is, a large display. This is like almost 7 inches.
Right.
This is, it's already going to feel big. So
Don't want as much around it.
Right.
Or something maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So these cases that I've seen are, and how would you describe these things design wise to people listening? So this is fun audio.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, it's, if you've seen kind of furniture that like a live edge table, that is like, it's wood, and then it usually has some colored plastic with a colored resin that's like poured in to it. And it's, a lot of their resin is like a multicolor. So you'll have like swirls of different color, whether it's like a blue and a white or like a green to black, all kinds of different colors. And then the wood, it's not just, like a wood plank and you see like the lines of the wood. It's like it's like a wood burl. So
yeah.
it's
like the ugly wood, which is also the really cool wood.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's not just plain wood.
Yeah.
It's got all this curves and intricate, different colors in there, darks to lights. I mean, it looks, and it just looks polished.
Yeah.
Very much just it looks like art.
They do. And when you look at them on their website too, like if you pick a phone, like say the Galaxy S23, which is one of the most popular phones
Sure.
right now. Under that, you'll find tons of different models, and they're all kinds of different color palettes or spectrums. Some of them are like the wood looks like honeycomb with the resin between it.
Yeah.
Some of them look like a lot of these feel like topographical maps.
Yes.
Or look like beaches with like water kind of splashing up against them.
Or like if you take like water and drop in oil and you see that diffusion of the two different like thicknesses of the liquid, it's like that. You see like that change.
It reminds me, and this will date me.
Okay.
You might even be like, yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Late 80s, early 90s, Spencer Gifts. There's the aisle, the section of things like the things that you would get for your office with the metal balls that clack back and forth.
Yes.
And then maybe you've got that clock with the oil and the water that you flip upside down.
Yes, for sure.
And then like it just gets ugly and drips down.
Yes.
Yeah, reminded of that.
Yeah.
But some of these are very dark colors, and some of them have like a high contrast. So
yeah,
there's all kinds of stuff.
I think that the interesting thing about these is a lot of the pictures you see this is close to what you would be getting, but the case you get isn't exactly that.
Right.
Color-wise. I mean, color-wise it's that, but the swirl might be on the bottom right of the case versus the top left of it, or slightly different that way, because it's not a cookie cutter. Every single thing's the same. It's all of this wood. These pieces of wood are sustainably harvested, and as you cut one piece off for a case, the next piece is not going to look exactly the same. It's going to be close.
Well, and then the resin that they pour in there is always going to bubble and
move differently or swirl differently. I mean, and that's the thing that I think is really cool about what they've done is all of these cases are unique, and a lot of them have theming. But that's where you get into, so they have all these different cases for all the different kinds of phones, a lot of the, most current flagship phones and stuff like that. But then they have their Live Edge series.
Yes.
Which
and all of these too, to your point, when you're shopping, you see like they have a name for the model. When you buy Madeline's gone.
Yeah.
Nobody else can buy that case. Even if they like that design, they're like, ooh, I really that. Yeah. You can get something maybe close, but never again will you get that exact design.
And so, to the right person, that's what you want to hear.
Right.
Like nobody else is going to have the same exact case I have. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you were starting to say about the Live Edge cases.
Yeah. So that series is even more unique. Yeah. Even more special.
Bespoke.
Bespoke is a great word for it.
I've been sitting on that.
Yeah.
No, that's what they are. When I look at them, I'm like, that is very. It looks rich. It looks like, oh, this is somebody who is very intentional about their stuff.
Absolutely.
That they have. So the Live Edge case is really like a step up in terms of the wood, the resin, and like the just the general build of them. But then they also have they come with the MagSafe compatible magnet.
Yep.
Built into that. We had a chance to see one that came through for the Pixel 7 Pro. And I showed it to my son. He doesn't have the 7 Pro. He's got the 7. But he took that thing because I think he knows somebody and he wanted to go show it to them. I need to find it and bring it back because this thing's a work of art. And even if I don't end up placing it on a 7 Pro, that's somebody that I know, it's really, really cool looking. And so they're also compatible with wireless chargers. So with the MagSafe. So if you get one that's the iPhone, or if you have, an Android phone, it will have that kind of like ring to kind of like stick or find that placement to charge.
Yep.
And they are compatible with wireless chargers, which kind of leads to the next topic.
Sure.
Which is that they do wireless chargers.
Right.
So same thing. They are one of one little wireless platters.
Yeah.
They're little circles that I think might even look cooler because they're kind of confined to the circle.
Yeah.
They look like the highest end pog
Right.
you've ever
It's
slammer you've
like
ever seen.
ultra coasters.
Yes,
But don't put a drink on it.
they're really, really nice.
Yeah.
And actually, the wireless charger was one of the things that recently mentioned. We put it on one of our roundups of things to kind of step up your home office.
Yeah.
Kind of class that thing up. I really like it. They look just really cool. And they're not just compatible with like your phone, but you can put your earbuds. A lot of those are wireless chargers.
Yep.
And they almost look like somebody went with like a giant paper hole puncher.
Yeah.
And just kind of punched it out of one of the cases.
Yeah.
It makes me want to see the whole case.
Right.
You can actually go to their website to see how these things are made, but between the wood and the resin, how they kind of put that together and then just kind of like slice off the most beautiful deli meats.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
So we're talking, obviously we really like these, but they do come with a price.
Sure.
Again, I think you find a specific user for these types of things. The standard wood cases you're looking at, I believe, about $60.
Sure.
So if you're looking at, I'm going to pull up the 23. Yeah, you're looking about $59. If you go into the live edge case, then you're looking at, right now, you're looking at about $189.
Yeah.
So
these are, they're works of art. And if you've looked into like any type of furniture that features, a wood burl like that with some resin, but that pricing is, a fraction of what that kind of designs usually cost. So yeah, it's for some, it's a little bit maybe outside of what you're comfortable spending, but if you think this is a one of one, nobody else has this, that's special.
Well, if you know somebody who has a lot of things that, I've got a friend that has everything. So what do I get them for their birthday?
Sure.
This might be something that you do for them.
Sure.
It's that kind of like, hey, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I also do, I would love to check these out. They do like these like bracelets that you can get that have like little tiny pieces.
Oh, nice.
That you can get too. So yeah, there's all kinds of really cool things. Also, last thing on the pricing is on the wireless chargers.
Oh, right.
You're looking at about $49, which isn't crazy.
Yeah.
For a nice wireless charger.
No, not at all.
You will need your own wall plug.
Okay.
I will note that. But again, these are really cool products. Yeah. So that's carved. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.